Eladio.
Unless he's gonna
Ernesto.
be out, I think, because he
I'm
was,
just putting, that's,
yeah.
remember.
that's why I missed it, I missed
I
it.
need to
Yeah, I
do
know.
official.
Yep, no, and I told him to write something, yeah, he has to write something. I saw him yesterday. I thought
Danielle?
Present. And he was gonna be able to, he didn't message, and he
Everything
didn't
is
write it,
asked.
everyone's asked.
Any additions, deletions,
I got
or
it.
changes?
Oh, my
to
God.
the book?
And just for your records, Edwin is technically
Or.
not a member yet.
Because he's
Yeah,
not
it
a-
is ORE.
Or, yeah,
And
he's not
also, he's technically not a member, just
Hasn't
because we're
sworn
waiting
in.
for him to swear.
Because he hasn't sworn in.
Yeah.
Correct. So he plans on doing it before the day of your next regular meeting to just do it.
And he is or he's not?
He's not a member yet.
He's not a member
Plans on
yet.
swearing in that day. He's been appointed
Right, no, but I'm saying, you said before our meeting or?
before your, like,
The
regular,
24th.
next regular. meeting.
24th meeting.
Like the
Listen,
same
if he
day.
doesn't swear in, he's not. a member. Before we have order of business, is there any additions, deletions to the agenda? The workshop meeting,
It's a workshop.
public comments? Miguel Rubio, thank you for being present. I'm assuming this is your attendance requirements.
Yes, ma'am. It's all completed. Yes,
Um,
Madam Secretary.
You put here a dam of minutes, February sixth, but that gets approved, no, that has to get approved at the regular.
That's a regular, that's what I thought, but anyway, as a reminder, I put it as a reminder. For me, Yeah. that's what I thought.
Right.
I just put it as a reminder for me.
Okay, so the meeting is yours, old business chair.
Okay, old business. Okay, if you look at the back of your agenda, and the little revised program, that based on all the information from last time. So I think it come out pretty much of what we want to accomplish. What we do, just take a look at it. I think it's okay. Jessica, you guys. But I think it covers pretty much what our intentions are, and has to be, I think, for that workshop.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll take a moment to read it in a
Sure.
minute.
Sure.
I remember seeing it via email, but I just wanted to read it again just in case. Since it's all so closely correlated, I just want to go over a list really quick that I
Okay.
provided to me. So she reached out to a company regarding the name tags. We're still waiting on quotes and ETAs to see if it'll be ready for the workshop.
I think that's the next item, no? We're talking
It's-
about the workshop.
Yeah, the workshop.
I know, but there's two items.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah, the
stick to the
updates,
workshop
the
first?
updates.
Okay.
So let's take to the workshop, then we'll get to the material to orders, and everything else. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to all that, see how that's going. I just wanted to know that the agenda is pretty good, so we could
I think
finalize it,
it's great,
you
yes.
know. Finalize.
So
it.
as revised is okay? No changes?
Is Brock's name spelled correctly?
Yes.
Is it Morera or Morey?
Morera.
Morera.
It's correct.
Okay.
Trust me. It's okay.
There's someone, I always confuse, like there's a Morera I have.
Yes,
and
me
then
too,
I'm
me too.
always-
And he's Brazilian, so I know. He's Brazilian, so I know.
Those changes as presented are okay?
Okay.
The closing is both people? We're gonna do
It
it?
could be
or
either
just-
one of the two, or, myself, it's as needed. That's-
Shouldn't this? The key closing,
Okay.
shouldn't that go underneath? I'm a little confused as to the position and where it's placed.
Well, no, Rudy would be just wrapping it
You
up.
know what,
Right.
because you.
This is the
After
final
the
thing.
meeting?
Yeah, it's like, to thank everybody for coming out and have a nice day. Thank you.
It could be Josh or Brian.
Before you
You're gonna
guys
do the
get too
closing.
into these details,
After.
take note that I don't have confirmation that the mayor is gonna be attending that.
That's okay.
I'm just letting, so maybe we don't have to put their name, maybe you wanna put council. And that opens it
Mayor
up to
or
whoever's
council.
there,
Mayor or council.
or mayor and council.
Elected official.
Well,
Yeah,
elected
exactly.
official,
Oh,
okay.
and I think that's the intent for having the mayor and the vice mayor listed. To
Okay.
give some
No, I'm just saying, cause
leeway.
I think it's a little funky if you have a name of somebody and then they're not there.
Yes, and then they're not there. I see what I always say.
See what I'm saying?
Put like,
When she does the program, if you put a name, it would be real embarrassing that we have a name and then a
And
person.
they
then they're not
show up.
present. What
Okay.
if we do,
Just say keynote closing.
Tell me any
Yeah.
names, elected official.
Town of Miami Lakes elected official.
Elected official.
Elected official.
So we'll leave
Town of
it.
Miami Lakes.
Leave it open to
Yeah.
6, 7 people.
Yeah. Cause I'm sure Brian will attend, but then if we put, you know,
You know, who the-
Josh on there,
So
then.
that's gonna be
yeah, just
under
in case. Yeah.
questions and
Yeah.
closing, okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
I
And
like
then
that suggestion.
Keynote intro, same thing as what. I don't know, maybe it's like-
Fine, okay.
Now, if he,
Unless you get it before it gets the print.
Yeah.
Right.
right,
Right.
if he does confirm, then
Then
it
we'll
would be
leave it as
nice
is.
to
Okay.
list his name.
Yeah, his assistant told me he would get back to me. If, he needed to confirm it.
Fine, everything else okay? Anything else? No? Right, so it's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, you-
I actually have one more note.
Go ahead.
You have here municipal and community blasting advisory board workshop. On the invitation, we're calling it the 2025. Let me pull up the invite. Just to be consistent, on the invitation, we're calling it the 2025 blasting workshop with our name underneath. Do you want this to match what we're calling it? I don't have an issue with what it says, but if we want it to match, then that needs to be updated as well.
I don't have a problem.
How does everybody else feel about it?
My main thing is,
Big deal is the
is workshop,
Right.
that was my main thing.
I think you're fine.
The way it is,
The way you have it. I have no problem with that.
so it
Yeah,
needs to be, up-
well, we.
Yeah, because
create the program
invitation
and
went
we'll
out.
Continue that theme.
right, and then for the copy that's being
The
presented,
text,
cause
yeah.
aren't you gonna grab this text?
Yeah, essentially, but I mean, we would probably remove the Roman numeral, I mean, I don't know if it, something like that. What do you guys want?
2025, last time I said more workshop. I'm fine.
We normally don't.
I'm
use
fine
the-
with me, I don't have any problem.
the number.
Okay, then,
Keep it
perfect,
simpler.
looks
the
good to
better,
me.
Just in case, there's room for adjustments.
The last thing I wanted to check with you guys, I know I shared the draft of like what other programs look like, but at the end for other. For other committees, it kind of makes sense at the end, we put like upcoming events, I don't think that that's the case for
No,
you
no.
guys. The QR code for filing a report, a complaint, is that enough, or do you wanna see anything else on there?
I would do the
On the-
QR
on
code
the-
for filing a
What
complaint.
about the history, the reports? The
The
Miami-Dade
town
Pilot
website,
program.
the
Yeah.
town website link,
The way we've
Not,
done,
not the town website, the actual Miami-Dade Pilot program.
right, but also, in case people wanna look at the documents and resources.
Oh,
you have.
three.
Oh,
three
we put
QR
our,
codes.
we put our website at the bottom normally. Okay.
the way
It's the
we've
thing you
done
should
it,
mention your part.
I know,
Market.
one thing is putting the website and one thing is putting the link that
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
go
I know
into
what
the
you're saying.
town and you go into the blasting
direct.
committee, it has the resource.
Right.
so in the past,
see
when we
three then.
printed flyers, we've
That's
done
up to you.
3 QR codes.
I-
One for the complaint form, and we kind of put the little text underneath. We've done complaint form, the pilot program, and the third one is usually the resources link. So,
Of the BAB Miami Lakes page.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. So if you want, we could do it like that to be consistent with things that we've produced in the past.
That's fine with me.
That's how-
Okay,
Okay, so one takes you directly to file a report,
Complaint
the
form.
other one sends you to a pilot program.
pilot program. And then the third one sends you to like the town of Miami Lakes,
Your resources
page.
But actually, the BAB resource tab is not a tab, it's a button on the page. So you
Yeah.
can't go directly to it, you can go directly to.
Yeah, I can only take you to
Yeah.
the blasting advisory.
Yeah,
page.
but it'll have the section with the 3
Right.
things, and it's close enough to where we need them to go.
Just be-
Because in the past, that third QR has also been used for like a Google Drive of resources.
Right.
But for this specific audience, I would do the town page,
That's easy.
okay?
And so you guys are aware, the Miami-Dade Pilot Program website.
Was out for a while, I think it was out for a while.
Right, well,
It was out for a
it
while.
wasn't that it was out, is he couldn't pick the reports. So I actually had been in contact with the state and they've updated it. It was a security update that they did to the server that blocked outside
Access.
access to the server. So now it's been corrected, so you guys know, in case it comes up that I can't get to it. you
Yeah,
can-
that went up to it like
Yeah.
a week or two ago, remember?
Yeah.
Part of my stuff to go back and see and check and I couldn't get in, whatever.
You can get it now.
Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, they called me, it's like, oh, we weren't aware.
That's what I know. Hmm.
That's what, yeah.
And I know, what coincidence, right? But anyway,
To provide the 3 QRs that we viewed in the past, or do you guys want to produce your own?
Whatever you guys want, we can do it, or if you want to come to us, whatever.
I would suggest you do it.
I'm gonna give you the ones we've used in the past, so that way it's like consistent throughout all material. So I'll email you. But I wanna send you the high res version because like.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you once I'm back at the office.
anything else? Anything else?
We kind of deviated from this. I
No,
think
I
we
got you.
approved this, right?
So I have a question when, Steve was the secretary of all these documents that are going back and forth that obviously are public records.
Yes.
I don't have access to anything you guys are sharing.
What are you talking about, Sharon? She's talking about the QR codes that have been printed on files you guys have used before, right?
It's on the resource page.
I'm just saying that whatever is shared, I think I made the comment at the last meeting, instead of having to do a public records request, I like to make sure that as a member, I get access of all these records.
But I-
Now, is there a
well,
link,
right
is there a
now-
link for us? I think she's right.
Right.
Is there a link?
Now, just
think
let me
there
know
is.
what you're talking about, because whatever shared with one person, I share with all.
Right.
So right now, tell me what it, like, right now, we're talking about something that existed, I don't know,
Right.
I can't
We're
remember
we
what.
made for.
So for example, Francesca had said, I shared something with I. What did she share?
Right now?
When she started the conversation.
Right, in the past, she has printed collateral for us that I shared the final version with her.
Right, that's
It's
what
in-
Eventually, that collateral made it to the website,
It is.
making it public
Yeah,
record
it's on
for
the website.
everyone.
It's on the website, it has a complaint form, a Miami pilot program, and
I know, but I'm saying is, I shouldn't be getting it through the website. I should be getting it when
But that
the
was shared.
committee
this
approves.
was shared when this happened.
Okay, but that's not the only document. I'm just making a
Well,
comment.
I'm just making comment that when I share something with one of you guys, all of you have access to it. I don't want there to.
No,
that's
I like
not
to be
shared with
clear,
you
just
guys.
like I asked you for the document that was shared at the town meeting, the council meeting that I didn't have, that you did send to me, which I appreciate.
Anything else? Do we need anything from you left from last time?
Well,
No, I just need this.
You just need that. Great, no letter, is everything else good, everything else, one by one, I'm checking with everyone.
No.
Mahadi, I think you had something with an association, I think it was, or something, or you were gonna get back to us. I think it was, or something, you were gonna.
You said you were gonna do outreach. for-
Outreach,
No,
right.
no, I already did that.
Can you tell us who you did outreach
Okay,
for?
well,
please?
I did the outreach to the Miami Lake Chamber of Commerce, with
Which we announced it, by the way.
Exactly.
We announced,
with the club,
yeah.
with, and I also reach, neighbors. And I reach,
Neighbors, oh,
yes,
okay, got it.
community,
I'm sorry.
community people that I know that I share the brochure with,
Mhm.
that are probably, I know there it was in total about 3,000 people.
Anybody else?
That's all.
That's all.
Great.
Wow.
I thought you said you were gonna reach out to the Laker. I know the town does, but I
I
thought,
The
already
link
spoke-
announced it.
Yeah, I already spoke to Linda.
I know, but if you don't tell me, I don't know
I'm
that.
sorry, I sent
Make a
her the
comment.
link with the blasting brochure, and then she
Yeah,
responded to me that, Alex was working on an article,
Yes.
Awesome.
Alex
okay,
wants-
and she will include that in there,
Keep on tabs, Alex is the one focused on what we do, by the way.
you know.
And they post.
VAB, what we do.
I went there, actually yesterday to pay for my ad, and, because I've been up in the Laker for, I don't know how many decades. And then I addressed that with
Okay,
her.
which business networks did you, in addition to Chamber, did you communicate with? You said you were gonna do business networks.
With with realtors.
Right.
And with people that I felt were
You said
interested.
something B&I, business, what is it?
No,
Business?
BNI Hialeah chapter and Miami Lakes chapter.
B&I is business,
Business
Network
Network
International.
so you did Miami Lakes and Hialeah?
Miami Lakes and Hialeah, yes. What else?
I have a question. Did you receive at any point in time the invitation that was put together by the town for the event? Like the,
She got it
Right.
through Facebook.
You got it through Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. I wasn't sure where you obtained it, because if you didn't have it, I would have asked Al to provide it to you.
And
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, it's because you haven't
I
been,
blasted, believe me.
because you haven't been sworn in just yet.
No.
Okay,
But I didn't get it
Oh,
from you either.
I got the email.
I sent it to all of you.
After somebody
You were
posted it
sworn in.
Yeah,
on.
Raymond has.
Huh?
to-
You're sworn in.
Yeah, he's got to vote later.
We
You're
posted it.
done.
I sent it to all of you guys at the same time.
Everything.
I know you did.
I don't forget.
I have a question.
Right,
Thank you,
right.
Miguel.
Okay. Yeah,
At
thank
one of
you.
these workshops typically,
My pleasure.
have you guys done one of these before?
Madam
for the same
Secretary.
cause?
They've done
Numerous
one.
times.
What has been, what is the goal in regards to
Not my
like
cup of tea.
getting people there and how many people are you looking for? How does it make a difference?
Yeah, the goal is exposure
I'm messing.
online. The town hall is limited, I think it's 150 seats. Complete, so you gotta subtract from that the officials, our seats and all that. So you figured about 125.
Available seats.
Oh,
It doesn't work. You just started for me.
about 25 people actually fit. Seats, then there's standing room for that as well. Typically, you get the media, news coverage comes out. So it gets a lot of exposure, which is the intent of what we're doing.
I'll take a walk in on
The
it.
big thing
because I don't know.
of this realm is that it's very slow going when you're outside this body.
Okay.
You don't know what's
So I'll
happening,
just
you
take
only
a
see
minute on it.
piecemeal of things. And you're only gonna get, is it response to what you want? And if it's you as in public, obviously, and if it's not a response to what you want, then nothing's happening. That's how they see it, even though we're working like crazy and there's a lot of stuff actually happening, they don't see it. So the big intent for these things is to educate and inform the public. If they don't go, there's no excuse. We provided it for you. You don't come to the meetings, you're not watching the videos, you're not, how much more do you want us to do? But yet you complain that your house is cracking and your properties are damaged.
So what I've done is I've gone to some of my organizations and stuff, but I've picked small little communities in Hialeah Gardens and in PSN. And I've gotten some of my closest people there to go out to the different neighbors to let them know, so it doesn't have to be me going to every single door, because it would be impossible. So I've gotten almost 30 confirmations of people that are gonna show up. And I haven't even blasted it on my social media.
This is
On my social-
Hialeah Gardens. and
Right,
Yeah,
Same
so
thing.
a
Yeah,
section
they-
of West
yeah.
Hialeah Gardens and Palm Springs North. And I'm gonna get,
Thank you.
the building that we're at the Gator Building here in Miami Lakes, we feel it there all the time. We're on the 5th floor. It feels like
Which building?
earthquake. 7850, it's on Commons Way, on Commons
Yeah.
Way. Where the Gator investors are. that
Yeah.
own the whole
Where
building.
Kim Battle, it used to be or whatever,
It's in.
Kim Battle and
I
me,
went to the States and
it's the insurance company.
Well, let me tell you, I don't feel it in the 5th floor, like the building.
I have an issue.
Like worse than in my house, because I live in PSN.
Behind
Yeah,
there where
I
the
can
cows
just
are,
stand
Right.
that's
mile
the-
around.
I have a friend that the neighbors across the street have a two-story house. And they have a small kids, and anytime there is a class, hide under the bed. So can you imagine the psychological repercussion that this is having on these kids?
The BB&T building,
The people from the building that are gonna be coming up too, so.
you saw the BB&T building,
A
they
disaster.
reskinned it.
Give me a second, you know.
Last year they
The one
reskinned.
where the Panthers play?
No, BB&T, it used to be.
Oh, the BB&T bank, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the
No,
arena of the Panthers.
That's the arena. No, the building on right after the next light on the corner, they reskinned it. The stucco had peeled off the building.
Well, I've had to restock, I've had my house for 18 years, I've restuckled it twice,
That's crazy.
yeah,
And you hear me, Maddie?
and PSN.
PSN. Give me a second.
My
When you went to Hialeah Gardens, did you get any complaints? People feel?
Well, I
What did you,
I grew up
what
in
did you-
Hialeah Gardens, no, so.
what did you feel?
What I was,
what did you-
I don't feel anything. I think some people don't care, some people don't understand. Some people don't even pay attention to it, so, yeah. No, but what I've done is, I've gone to the family and friends that do live in those neighborhoods, that are older people that have been dealing with it for a long time. And get them to pass out the word, because they have to get involved.
No, I'll tell you one, is one of our city councils, and members that went there, talked to some officials there. And they basically, right, you know, and basically they told them, we don't feel anything here in Hialeah Gardens.
Not anymore.
I don't think they feel it as bad as we do in PSN.
That's impossible. But anyway,
No, I'm telling you,
That's
I-
impossible.
My parents live. in
I feel
Hialeah.
it 13 miles away. It's
They're in
impossible.
Hialeah Gardens and I'm there and I've been there and at 11:30 in the morning when the blasters are going off and you don't feel it there as much as you do here. You do feel it a lot more. I can assure you that.
I have a
Miguel?
question, Danielle. The, all homeowners of, PSNs and unincorporated, have they gone to Miami-Dade counties to complain and
I'm
gather?
sure that the old residents have. The thing is that community has changed a lot in the
Yeah.
last 10 years.
Mhm.
There's been a lot of new residents that have
Yes.
moved in. All the old school people that used to live there for 30 years, most of them are
I'm
gone.
just asking, because.
Me too,
It's
me too.
not an
I'm
incorporated
curious,
Miami
I'm
Lakes
curious.
County.
We
should not be
complain,
cooking up
listen,
that
me and
bill.
my front door
No,
neighbor,
I'm
we
curious.
live by
I'm
the
curious.
first lake and we all complain. Everybody in
So
PSN
I think
complains.
it's important to also, the thing about the PSN community is that they rely a lot on the civic association. The civic association is very known to be specifically for the lake houses. So they don't do a lot of outreach to recruit additional members in the community. So a lot of them also operate under ignorance.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why they've come together more with the civic association and in groups that I'm involved in is because of the Miami Gardens expansion. Had Miami Gardens not been expanded, the membership of PSN Civic the road, right, it's gonna become like
Right.
four lanes on each side and it's encroaching on people's properties. It's a whole ordeal.
That's
If
very-
that, you're asking why we're flipping their bill, when in reality, this committee is not necessarily flipping any bill. So I'm providing clarification as to why that
understand the
community
civic
hasn't reached out to
association.
the county.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is unincorporated, but these people from PSN are also volunteering their time to come to a workshop to express and complain. So, I mean, I think we should be
We
appreciative of
understand,
their
I understand the
participation.
civic, because we used to be a civic in Miami Lakes before we incorporated, do you remember?
I mean, like Civic Association,
Yeah.
when Slide.
Yeah, before
Mhm.
we
Slate
created,
and
before
before
our
that.
incorporation, we had a civic association, that's how we ran our township of Miami Lakes,
Right.
before we incorporated to a town.
Someone took the initiative to make that conversion and to get to where we are today, right?
Yeah, I lived it.
That doesn't exist in
There's a ton
PSN.
of people there.
There,
It's too small.
Yeah, you need a minimum amount of residents to create a municipality, and there's not enough.
right, right. I'm not saying that that should or shouldn't be done. I was just providing context as to why, there isn't a big turnout of complaints going to the actual county. There isn't a lot of direction, which is why when,
Or
or information.
Or
The big thing
lack
is
of information
seriousness. I
is-
mean, you were with me when we presented to the Civic Association, and it was a packed house. But it's limited to the people that would show up, and there's 460 homes, I think it is, or 30
In
homes
PSN, yeah.
in PSN. But we had 100 people. The first presentation I gave was, that's what
Well,
I
maybe
was.
they should incorporate into Miami Lakes County, into Miami Lakes.
They don't wanna pay the taxes.
Well, you
That's
you can't have
another
it both
reason.
ways.
Both ways.
The taxes
You
doesn't
can't
want
have it both
the
ways.
town doesn't want them.
You just- Been going up forever.
Years to correct, that's the funny.
That's gonna happen.
You know, it's like, I ain't without any court enforcement.
Exactly.
Just to give you guys an update while you're talking about who it's been shared with on my end. I know you guys asked me to reach out to the mayor's office.
Mayor.
It's been shared. There was an
I was
invite
gonna say,
created
right.
for municipal.
Thank you.
That was
for
sent to
your
them.
care.
Yeah.
And I know Councilmember Stephen Hersberg shared it with the rest of the elected officials and gave a list
Yes, I
to
did, yes.
town clerk's office for them to reach out to different municipalities.
Right.
On our end, we asked JP, which is our staff member that deals with the NSPs,
JP.
to reach out to like the HOAs and all that. I can tell you, which you were copied in that email, there was one that responded and said, the board has requested not to send it out. Thank
That's
you.
GRS, which
I
when,
have them, I have
when
that.
she
I have that.
responded, when,
Did you
When the
forward that
person-
email to me?
No, I haven't shared it to anyone.
No,
I was
she-
just,
You
I
said
was.
you shared it with Francesca.
Okay, give me a moment. I wanted to make sure I was sending it, so I copied Francesca only for this email, because I can't copy all of you. I copied Francesca just so that she would receive the response. I'm happy to share it.
So it
with
was
the rest of-
GRS who because I know who they are, who
I know who they are.
responded that they aren't gonna share it.
Yeah, they said we're not gonna be sharing. The board has decided that we're not
But
gonna.
I have
it's a
to-
board,
I have-
it's a particular community, not GRS, the company.
Well, they're the ones, I don't know how all this works, I'm just reading the email, it says signed by GRS
Thank you
management.
for
Okay,
community.
I think this
They
is
do my
specific
community.
to Royal Oak.
I know they.
Because
do.
GRS is
That's
essential.
Serenity Point,
Countless
my
others.
Serenity
Can
Point,
you
So
go with
the
the?
point
Yeah.
here.
it's GRS.
So,
So just-
I don't know, I thought it was weird.
So I know
I'm
JP
just-
was doing it, but I also sent it to the management company.
That's what I was looking
I
for.
did it as an LCAM, not as a
Mhm.
VA.
What else happened?
And then
Yeah,
I reached
that's
out to,
GRS,
As a LCAM.
right, the GRS.
Oh, Esther, I forgot to tell you that I also, I'm sorry, I shared the brochure with, some of the management companies here in Miami Lakes.
Thank you.
So they will do.
And I
so they
reached
will
out-
have their communities
Wow.
aware of
we
it.
sent it to somebody in
Okay.
Lake Martha, which again, I don't know the.
I know who it is. I'll look it up.
And, they told me that they don't, he doesn't think that they feel it there, so.
Yeah.
But that he would attend just to get it.
I would love, I mean, just stepping my reach now. Somebody that says I don't feel it, let me visit your house. I'll tell you if you had seismic damage or not.
And,
But those are really the only two
Okay.
responses we received from
what
it.
else?
But at least you got a response, so that means
While
it's
we're on that
working.
topic, because I have a whole list for us to go over to update us on different things that she was working
Oh,
on,
they got to-
That's your-
but.
At least
I'll-
they're responding is working. I-
Right.
I would walk under
Yeah, I
my
agree
bed.
with you. I wasn't happy with the response,
Yeah,
but
but
I
at
agree.
least they're responding, Rudy.
So now that we're on the
We know
topic
who's
of
who.
communities that have
You need to
responded.
know who's who.
Right? What else? Happened? Anything else?
No, I think that's it. on
I
my
think, no, that's what I have for you. That's the list that I,
Finish your sentence.
end.
and Magali, yeah, a lot more to make that in.
Wait.
Mentira, just
Yo no
kidding.
puedo ver.
I'm good kidding,
Okay.
just kidding. Thank you,
Thank
Daniel.
you.
Thank you for your part on the part. Now, Francesca.
There's a few other deliverables that I hasn't updated us
Right.
on, but while
thought
we're
so
on
too.
the point of invitations and people who have RSVP'd / responded and so on. I reached out to some of the communities in Broward specifically because I felt like we were very saturated in PSN Miami Lakes, so I just took my efforts more north. I spoke to a couple residents in Sunset Lakes. What's the other one? Dios mío, Riviera Isles and Nautica, and
Those are being hit
Silver
hard.
all the ones that back up to the mine. The ones in that
Riviera
little,
está todo
no,
mojado.
I know, Riviera, a lot of damages,
They-
but,
Exploration is like this.
Huntington, to me.
yes.
Huntington too.
Huntington is on the other
My
side.
nephew lives in
Right, that's-
Huntington.
I
Let's get back to
focused
the meeting.
on the area that's west of 75 and all of those communities. I have a resident who confirmed that he'll be coming, so that's nice. At least we'll have like a little bit of Broward participation, even if it's one or two
Right.
people.
Not, contact Monica.
Not a big.
I reached out to a resident I know that lives there and he was gonna share it with the HOA board. But I was gonna ask you for the contact information for your person. Remember the one that you said? That one. But- So just to keep us a little more organized as it relates to invitations while we're on the topic. I think we need to like. I wanna say there should be one person in charge of each area, right? So that we don't overlap the same exact reach, but at the same time, we can effectively reach like all the different components of that little area. So I feel like Magali doing a great job in Miami Lakes and honing in on that with the extras of your business outreach. And then, you know, Danny, you're doing the whole PSN, Hialeah Gardens and those different surrounding areas. We're not really touching Broward, which is why I took it upon myself to kind of like focus up there. And then I was gonna ask you to like help me with Broward, because I have some contacts, but I know you have more. And also with the contacts you have in city of Miramar, that would help a lot too. And I haven't
Annex,
reached,
have you contacted the annex? The Hialeah Annex.
he means like the new construction area. Like, you know, where it's the Aquabella,
They will,
Bonterra.
on the frontiers and-
All that
Mhm.
west
Yeah.
by 75.
The.
From
more
170
communities
to
that-
138. From 138 to 170.
I know, so my brother.
There's a lot of it.
There.
I have a bulletin board.
That's it.
run by Eddie Santamaria,
See.
And he posts it
They
there.
post up there.
Each community gets it.
You don't
It's
realize.
like their main.
I'll hit that up, I'll hit that up during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do
I
that.
just-
Okay,
My brother lives in Bonterra.
Well, that's like-
Perfect. That's a really good one,
Yeah.
right? Because some of the video footage that I'm going to share later on a video that I'm creating to promote the 27th, I took at a house in Acobella and Montero.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, my boy Bruno is part of the
HOA.
HOA there.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
great.
that's a great,
So I can reach out to Bruno.
it's a great one.
All right, I'll make some, I'll put some flips in there.
Like this, you think it- But it's like in the part of, Bristol.
Oh, the Huntington is.
The
a-
Bristol.
See?
Okay.
Rubio's.
Bristol.
Of course.
Okay,
And I
Well-
got, and I got people in
So we pack the
Okay,
house.
so-
Morning Lake, Morning Lake.
to overwhelm any one
I got
person, right? So if I'm saying I don't mind taking over Miramar and you wanna send me those contacts,
course.
I'll blast them to like aid and assist.
course.
If you want to blast those contacts, that's fine too, just let me know so that I know that Monarch Lakes and those Huntington got touched, okay?
The flyer that was created, we have a version that's textable, that, you know, like a.
Yeah, you could text the image.
Oh, let me go get the.
The
file-
printed ones.
the other-
Thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
okay, great.
So now she's gonna show you guys what I sent her for the printed version.
Okay.
So what I did was is that the first side is the invitation to the public, and then the second side is the new graphic that we put together with the breakdown of the consequence of how blasting happens and how the recipients are affected by the final product. Because I didn't want to waste the second side of the page, and I wanted to offer people a visual so that if they say, oh, I don't feel the blast, but they can see an image of a cracked wall, they see images of seismic damage, they can say, wait a second, I've seen this,
Wow.
I've seen this before, and then they could associate it to their own home and what they experienced. So when she brings it now, you'll see that deliverable that was printed out for everyone. And so we touched the invitation subject. Let me go over the other things that Al and I have been working on during the week. So the name tags,
Name tags.
she requested a
Are
quote.
we on,
And we're wait-
are we now on proposals, course materials? We finished
Right.
we finished the program stuff?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're on the materials,
Zero need.
the marketing. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So we finished with the program revisions and everything else?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ms. McGalley,
Yes, ma'am.
I apologize, but make sure you take one of those.
Oh,
She got one, she got one.
I didn't mean to be rude, but she thought.
She got one.
Thank you, and she has a copy of what was done.
thank you.
Thank you.
Did you need an update from me, Bart? For that?
No, I was going through it, but
Oh, yeah.
now we're rearranging to ensure that we're in the correct order of the agenda. So when we're ready to resume, I'll keep giving you.
So we're talking about the program still? Or
We,
finished the
I was
program?
under
Finish
the
the
impression
program.
we finished the
Right.
program a long
Okay.
time ago.
So now, Francesca, working on marketing. Go ahead, Francesca.
Okay,
Marketing.
so for the name tags, have you received an updated, an update from them since you and I last
Yeah.
spoke?
So the name tag will not be ready on time. What would be ready on time would be the banner.
Okay,
And I
The
know those
pull-up?
are the two things that yeah, and I know those were the two priorities that we last talked about. if I'm not mistaken.
Awesome, we're gonna have a freaking banner.
okay,
Question.
so
6 years later, Miguel?
Getting fancy.
that was gonna be my
years
question
later.
to her. Can we utilize another vendor
Yes.
that I've worked with that I know that will
Yes.
have it ready in time?
Yes.
Oh,
All I would need from them is have them, can you can like request the order initially if you want that, just connect them with us to make sure that we're giving them, just to make sure, we like approve the design or whatever.
Mhm.
And for them to send me a W-9
Yeah, the
and
tax
an invoice,
information.
just to make sure we can get them paid.
Okay, and you guys will process payment directly?
Exactly, so if they send me the invoice, we know where to send the money.
Can it be done the way we pay tickets where you put the credit card information?
So ideally, finance likes for us to pay out with checks. The
Okay.
credit card is kind of like, okay, like I can't pay an airline ticket with a check. so
Right,
we do
so
a
that's
credit
an
card.
extent.
But with
Okay,
them, that's why if they give me a W-9 and an invoice, we'll send them a check.
okay.
So
I
guess-
will ask if that's an appropriate method of payment for that specific
Yeah.
company. If it's not, then
If
I'll
it's
let you
not,
know.
then let them, have them tell us how Usually in the invoice, they'll tell us like what other form of payment, and then we'll
Right.
figure it out.
Government, they like checks. Question, Francesca, is it the prices of the badges similar to what the town pays?
The town
I
hasn't
can
provided the
tell
quote,
you-
so I wouldn't be able
Okay.
to.
I can tell you the quote.
Okay,
Give me one. So for the name tags, they're telling me.
I know they just did this for another committee.
Yes, they did it for EDC.
I know.
So the name tag, the banner's gonna be like between 250 and 300. And the name tag.
That includes the stand.
Better, because the one we got for community CAC had and we didn't pay that much.
for that price, it
Okay.
has to include.
For the name tag, it's $30 each.
Okay.
We're being told that includes the name tag full color on acrylic with magnetic back. That's 30.
Can you send me the specs of the one that you were already quoted to ensure I do apples to apples?
I'll send you the last invoice. I don't know if it has it. I'll pull up the invoice and I'll send it to you. I think it has
Okay.
a specific there. And then the price for the banners.
You said 250 to 300.
Between 250 and 300. I'll look for it now. It's somewhere in my.
And the t-shirts? What was the last price on the t-shirts you got, because I know you ordered some.
I did not request t-shirts. I can tell you from the last order that I put in,
You know, I don't think we need, it's not
they
cheap,
come out about $30 each. It just has to be a minimum of like 7.
but the t-shirts one isn't super.
I know we didn't prioritize that.
No, we didn't
Yeah.
prioritize it, we said we had enough money,
If
we
we had
would
enough.
consider it.
Right, but the t-shirts isn't suited, the best suited for.
No, I'm not saying for that, I'm just saying,
No, he's asking that if we went to that, we shouldn't get t-shirts, we should get button downs because it's more suitable for the
Oh, it's a
networking
different
that
type
we
of
do.
shirt
That's
versus like what
completely
the other
different.
committees.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
completely different.
So just so you guys know, the retractable banners that I
Mhm.
asked.
Okay.
So
That's
33 by
expensive, just
80,
so they-
$247.
Okay.
347.
247.
I just wanna make sure the budget is what I'm.
You're,
Like
you're
the
looking
EDC
at one,
ones, is it like EDC one?
Say that?
you're looking at one banner.
247.
I'm just looking at the budget, so to make sure we're still.
So,
line.
Out
Thank
of
you.
how much was the total? $699 that you transferred?
Under 700, right?
Okay,
You guys
so
were gonna
The
say
700.
So
I think I made it.
130.
$699 was transferred minus the $250 that's already committed to the banner, that's definitely happening.
We have
Right.
$211 left. I already calculated.
Well, assuming that we can get the name.
Well, 248 plus the 240 is 488, 699 credit gives you 211 left. So hopefully you'll be able to get them for $30.
Let's see.
And even if it's $1 more or two, we need it.
Right, we need them, it's not really optional. Now, the name tags will only be for the people who are currently members, correct? Because I know Magali's coming soon on board, but she hasn't sworn in, so I'm not gonna
She
add
swears
her
in
to.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay, so I'll add hers to,
Then yes, she'll be
Yes.
included.
perfect, so then. I'm
Who
also
doesn't get
gonna
included is Edwin because he
Edwin.
still hasn't sworn in.
Okay.
So we just,
What's
we
going on
stayed with
Edwin?
the 7. I'm not worried about.
He's
What's
choosing to book it later.
Yeah.
To be on the same day.
Because he
of the
couldn't
next
make it
meeting.
to the subcommittee, so he's like, okay, I'm coming for the regular meeting, so I'll just get sworn in that day.
So any other items on proposals, cost, materials, marketing?
Anything else?
Yes,
Uh,
Okay.
references.
You mentioned about the elected officials, flyers have been printed and they're being distributed now. The other item I wanted to follow up with was that IO's team created the Eventbrite link. I know that right now we've been focusing,
Is that good?
No,
no, that's, I'm telling them so that they also utilize it.
And just to let you know, individuals have asked me if they need to
Jason?
register, and I've told them to appear.
Yeah.
And Josh has been responding to me, so I know that he's probably gonna attend.
Yeah. I have a feeling too.
So I bring up the Eventbrite link just as another way of you guys sharing the invitation. You had asked me for a textable version. which can be done with the JPEG that, IO provided. But in addition to that, we have the Eventbrite link, which obviously people don't have to sign up for those techie generation people, you know, they might prefer that. We have the JPEG that's being utilized, plus we have the municipal invitation that's more catered to elected officials. And, I just wanted to remind everyone that there's just more than one invitation, so to utilize the one that's most effective for the audience that you're contacting.
Do you have the design for the banner? Pop-up banner?
No, I was told that IO's team would be handling.
Yeah, we'll create the design. The only thing I would need from you guys is if there's any specific text you want in it, that's what you guys are providing.
No, I got a guy who's just so I can compare price with it. No,
You're asking?
he's like, he's asked me, do you need?
I just ordered one
That would be
For
more
my
cost normally.
reasons, and I paid $220, so just as a
It's
gauge of the
comparable.
price,
Yeah.
it is I mean, $30, nobody's gonna, you know.
Usually they charge more than when they're designing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So no, we would
That's why
design,
he's
it. we would send the art.
But I know that
And
it
since
is,
we need it for the meeting, you can get it done, you said, and that's important.
yeah, but she needs the text. So I think that
Got it.
while we're on the marketing topic, let's discuss what we want on this banner, so that way her team has direction. Personally, I don't think we should make it exclusive to a specific event. It should be generic enough that we could reuse it in
Travel.
other things. So what would you guys like to see? I guess use this as an example. And tell me, I would like to see this, this, and this, and then I can coordinate with our team to design something.
Has to be very generic, because the other committees, we just carry the banner with us everywhere we go.
Usually we have
We're
a
talking
mission,
about the
a mission
Subcommittee.
statement.
Yes. Yeah.
Usually our
I
mission,
say it should have the Miami Lakes, obviously the Miami Lakes town logo.
Oh, it
You should
has
go
to.
with the blasting advisory logo
Board.
as well.
Plastic
whatever.
advisory
We usually
board.
have-
Like, and then
We-
a mission statement.
a mission, we usually have it in the back, yeah, the mission statement usually goes in the back.
That's
Well,
all
that
it
because
basically
we have
says.
one meeting, but we're talking like 3 different
Right.
conversations. And I can't receive direction from everyone. So the town logo, I heard you, the blasting logo, perfect.
And then the mission statement.
Miguel, the mission statement. And then Miguel was saying something about rotating. I didn't hear.
I
you.
would rotate our logo vertically up the side, so it's bigger. So you can see it from a distance.
Yes, sideways.
Yeah, Like up the side.
The blasting logo should
Right.
should take up like a quarter, like 20%,
a third, right?
a third of it.
They have
But from
branding
top to
guidelines.
bottom.
They have branding.
Oh, I'm just saying
guidelines.
that's a
So
great
let's
idea.
stop- Discuss design because
We'll give her ideas and then they can run.
Well, the thing is that this logo, you're talking about vertical and you guys have to recreate this logo, right?
let's go in steps. Tell me what elements we want to include on the retractable
Those three.
banner. Once we discuss elements, then we can discuss proposed
So you-
designs with doing a
You got
vertical.
3 of them here. You got both logos, mission statement, and you can maybe even add a QR code
I was gonna say
that people can scan, that can
Which-
take you
Done.
to.
Right. I was gonna say.
On this specific piece, I think we should only do one QR code, because if
Yeah.
not, it's gonna be very flooded. So do we want to do the town website
Yes,
portion that directs you to the blasting
yes,
page?
because that shows everything.
Kind of
Okay.
Miami, like the Miami Lakes Chamber.
Okay, perfect.
You shot
You
it
were
up.
saying something? You want the logo this way?
Yeah, just make it so it's bigger.
Shot.
This is the flyer,
Mhm.
so make this so we can see it from, if this is at the front of the dais, and you're coming in from the door, you're not gonna be able to see that little thing. You want something so you can see it.
Something from the distance.
Okay, I don't know that they'll allow our logo to be larger than the town one, so that's a conversation we'll have separately.
I don't-
What other elements?
No church can be bigger than the Vatican. So
Equal.
Oh, yeah.
that's why los caídos, they put an iron fence to divide us. The church is from here to there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. and
Any other elements from here that we want to replicate on there? Any other text other than the mission statement?
I don't.
Now, the mission statement is
It's on the website.
It's the
I'll send it to you all in one
The
email. so
mission
you-
statement is exactly what's on the website because that hasn't been discussed for revision until the next meeting and that will happen 2 months from now.
I have, but I'm gonna read it out just for, the blasting advisory board was established to discuss and provide the town council with recommendations and possible solutions to ease the effects of rock mine blasting.
Simple enough,
That is it.
So I love it. I love that the text is
Just keep it
simple.
simple.
Now,
simple enough.
the only call to action within this pull-out banner is gonna be scan the QR code for more information, correct?
Correct.
You think we're going right up? Let me see. For the chamber.
That was
See?
perfect.
That was perfect.
And.
We saw it
Okay.
work. That's right, it was a chamber did one. That's what you know, the chamber. The Miami Chamber did a banner. Check. At Gauchos at the, that we had, and it was exactly like that, the mission statement. And at the QR code, everybody went up, and they got the chamber. Great,
After the meeting is
it was
over,
awesome.
How quick can you predict it?
when-
I have another question.
Yeah.
This retractable banner that is going to be in this shape, okay, will be put up in the front somewhere and it will be utilized for 100 other events. Do we want to consider as part of the budget, to consider either a tablecloth or a banner? Imagine it like this, that would go somewhere else.
Okay,
all
So
right.
Francesca, we should have a tablecloth for the table because every committee has a tablecloth. What's the price of a tablecloth?
we have one there?
I don't.
I got the link.
EDC,
Perdón,
EDC, table?
no,
Yes, you do.
I just,
EDC?
I just ordered one for my company, for CTP. because the
Where is
price
I know, 'cause I-
was about $1,000, and I paid less than
I know
$20.
what they spend the money
No,
on.
I just bought one
Quality.
soup for
For
them.
how many?
I've gone through that. whole-
But I honestly don't know,
For how many
because my committee
tablecloths?
haven't ordered one in a long time.
With our,
Because
with the
they're
logo, no, they're custom, these are not the cheap ones.
When
That's
people-
pretty.
Does your guys
cheap.
take cloths too? Okay, if we have a vendor that can do the retractable banner cheaper and produce it prior to the event, and they're okay with taking payment via check, and we provide you with a W-9 and the
211.
invoice, is that good?
That's in 211.
Okay,
Committees are exempt from procurement, so it's whatever vendor you guys want.
That's in
As
211.
long as there's not a conflict of interest, that, you know, it's one of your businesses.
That's in
Right, no,
211.
That's the only thing we got.
okay, so let's do this, okay? We already know that that company has a cheaper retractable banner. Send Aisle the specs for that retractable banner so that they can design it based on the specs of this one.
Okay.
That leaves us with more money in the budget, so then we could do the tablecloth.
What is cheaper?
That's in
150.
247.
150?
Is it much cheaper?
Retractable banner?
He charges 175, for me, he'll do 150.
That's not-
I feel real, are they also?
175.
That's the cheap. So that gives us a little more flexibility within the budget. What's the usual turnaround time for the tablecloth for the vendor that you guys use and the price?
I haven't ordered a tablecloth in a very long time, so I don't wanna tell you, I don't.
Okay, well, a tablecloth usually runs in the low 200s, usually. And the turnaround time is usually a week, depending on how it's done. If it's okay, we can move forward with ordering it through a vendor that I
Can meet
procure,
all those.
is that okay?
specifics.
since we don't have to meet procurement guidelines, but would you guys be able to design it, or do I need to do the art file? I don't
No,
mind
we
either way.
can- We can design it, that's fine.
Okay, so then we need the specs. 8-foot tablecloth. To the floor,
8 or 6 foot?
8 foot. To the floor, 4-sided. 1 color imprint.
The tables are 6 feet long.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
it looks better when it dries on
Okay.
the sides.
Do you guys
Maybe
see
it's
the
a-
certain colors for these
Yeah, be careful,
marketing
people don't
pieces?
step over it and fall, okay?
Or the
That's
colors you
a,
guys have?
that's a liability, it's a hazard.
Is it that blue?
You want 8-foot tablecloth, 1-sided,
4-sided,
4-sided?
1 color imprint. The color of the tablecloth itself. Does it have to meet a certain branding guideline for the
What
town?
color are you guys thinking?
I was thinking navy, but what do you
I
guys
think,
think?
I'm like trying to think, a lot of the committee ones happen to be blue.
Blue.
Right,
Navy.
and it
Yeah.
has to also
I was
include the
thinking
town.
that is my
the
red,
town
but-
Always.
I don't think the committee ones have it.
Maybe.
I think they have
Absolutely.
the.
Pero le metemos tijera en a zigzag like this.
You guys don't put the logo on the paper.
Yes,
Yeah. that's
that would
what
be
I-
the
committee
idea to
logo.
put.
Committee logo.
Do we have to put the town logo on it?
No,
No?
no,
Okay,
I'll double, again, just send it to me to get it confirmed, but I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I don't think they have the town logo on. Once you have.
okay. Ask him for the specs for the imprint area. And the price, obviously. And that's something that I and I will coordinate it since we're in agreement with getting a retractable banner, a tablecloth, and the name tags. Okay? Name tag was $30 each. Can you send me aisle on one of the name tags that have been designed in the past for committee members?
That's the only one we've done, the one that already has it.
Let me see.
He has it on.
We won't take this thing off.
He has more than one, don't
I-
worry.
You can put your hands out before you.
I
Actually,
actually asked for invoices.
But
I
you
do.
said- That was on acrylic. This isn't acrylic.
That's not.
That's mellow.
That might be an, but it
I
looks the
know.
same, but it looks the same, right?
3 to 5 business days to get these printed.
Okay, we'll step up to
I
the
know
new
where
one.
you're gonna go. I know what you're gonna do. Yeah, because we just paid for
So
that.
this is for you.
Okay, perfect.
Their check
Um,
registers online, by the way.
What I'm
So
sorry.
the ones that we have for the chamber, they're plastic.
I know, because they just got new ones. Some of these committees get a lot of stuff.
I
Like, for
didn't get it, I
example,
didn't get a name tag.
because you're not, because I'm not gonna, I don't talk to you. You belong in the committee, you better talk to your chick. I guess you're you're a peon. But they did, he got a new one. So I have a question, you had said to us that, generic business cards, are we gonna have some of those available for that meeting?
I can ask them.
They just maybe next year.
That doesn't come out of our budget, right?
No,
That's
because
free?
these are not specific to any committee,
Free,
they're
I mean-
just for the committee members.
No, that's a
Perfect, perfect.
freebie.
Okay, good.
There's a generic
Is it
card.
free?
Yes, it's a generic card that everybody uses, but at least we have something to give out. If
Yes.
we want them later custom, then that's something we have to talk about.
Can you provide them? No, I have an idea for that. Can you provide them to me at our next subcommittee meeting on Thursday?
Hold on, next subcommittee?
I don't,
We,
I know we said we were, but we never said the different third one. Hold on.
okay,
I guess that's the next issue after we finish this. We still have new business.
Hold on, because if I don't write this down, it's
It's
not.
4:00.
Free banner for the full banner. What else do I need? Oh, the cards.
mhm.
Yeah, at least generic for now, if we can't, whatever. This is becoming like a regular weekly meeting.
What else?
If you can give them to me at the next meeting, or even if I can swing by and pick them up.
He has some.
Okay, well, he can write in his own.
Show it.
Oh, okay. Hopefully he brings it when he comes.
He has a new.
Okay. Help me remember where he.
No, it's not even the same. I'm sorry, do you have any generic cards on you? I don't mean to put you on a spot, because I know you.
You do it not with me.
I was only asking, because I know you serve on the same
Mhm.
economic development, okay, because I know he has them in the card. So maybe he can share and show us, thank you.
Once we're able to see one of those samples and once I'll provides me with whichever ones you're gonna give to us. What I'll do is that I'll print on these cards contact information for each person so that nobody has to write them in by hand.
More professional.
So it looks more professional.
This guy has a laser.
So we have to wait for him so he can get going on the new business, but he went downtown, I guess, to pick up. the-
Yeah.
Oh, but while we're talking still
Where's his
about
card?
the materials presentations for
He-
Dale,
Mhm.
so we needed some clarification from you guys.
Mhm.
So for the meeting, yes, we can stream it, just like we do these meetings, we can live stream the workshop. my understanding is, there was an email sent to Councilmember Hertzberg about allowing other municipalities that they can't physically attend, like, I guess, like other elected
Speaking.
officials to be able to talk virtually. Now, keep in mind that going forward, there was a new item in general for meetings, for committee meetings, where we can have the virtual component, but it's very specific to public comments. And I mentioned that because public comments are the first 3 minutes of the meeting and we're done. I mean, sorry, no, the beginning of the meeting when the public comments happen and then we're done, right?
For the, committee meetings.
That's the capability we have for the committee. Now, can we open it up for the entire meeting as a whole virtual interaction? Yes, we can, but that comes at a cost because now you're talking about IT staff that's.
Right, that's.
I mean,
I mean, you can't have it open though, because you can't have people discussing while someone's presenting and somebody, hey, stop
But what
there.
I'm saying is
No,
you're
no,
gonna
no,
have to
she
keep it
means
very
open.
specific to just public comments portion of the meeting.
Okay,
I get what you're saying, but before we make a final decision, how much does that cost? Because I could see the benefit to the other option.
I mean, it's gonna be live streamed, number one, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
but let's
And
say,
that's something that the town manager said about the cost. So-
yeah, he mentioned that again during the chair meeting when another committee brought
Yeah, I
this
saw
up to
it.
his attention, but, if there's a cost associated to it, I could see the benefit. Let me give you an example. If City of Doral cannot make it in person, but they can join virtually, they should be given the opportunity to rent. That's why I'm asking for the price, because if it's within our means, then I think that that's a good thing to.
Oh,
Change your jacket.
I don't have the exact pricing on it.
It's the logo.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't have the exact pricing. I'll double check, but from my
Yeah.
estimates, if this is still up to date, I have about $70 a person per hour.
Per person, what do you? Like per
Well,
speaker?
for the IT staff person that has to be.
Oh, the IT staff. Okay.
If we're opening it up the entire events. If it's public comments where it's, just that one part, and that doesn't mean opening public comments back and forth, like it literally means the public comments portion and we're done.
Mhm.
It could also be pushed to the end, that's fine.
but if the meeting's only gonna be, if we do 2 hours, it's only 40 bucks, then the whole thing.
For
Right,
them to do the
It's
whole
gonna be
thing.
more than 2.
But for, to have,
Have the IT person.
Probably.
to have the ability to publicly speak.
I whatever.
let's prioritize the marketing materials,
So how much? did you
and
say
then
it
let's
was?
revisit this.
hour?
Later to see if we have money left,
Cause it's.
because at the end of the day, we're not gonna not print a banner.
Right.
The new tag has a logo. That's it.
And when it's like that,
logo of the
it's
town,
only the
logo
of
committee,
the
though,
committee.
Yeah.
not the town. Okay.
The logo of the committee and your name, period.
Perfect, okay.
Nice.
I have it in my jacket, so I'll show you how it is. It's very, it's actually
Okay.
nice. It's actually,
Okay,
The difference is the logo of the committee is long,
that's well.
so maybe just put the name
So
underneath it.
maybe right in the name of the,
That'll work.
correct.
But really quickly back to that, the reason that, we should determine this is because if they're inviting elected officials. Like, we wanna make sure we're communicating that, sense. Oh, yes, you can come in at whatever time you're available and we'll take the comments. Or no, then we have to make sure to let them know, hey, it's gonna be between this time and this time, that public comments, and that's the only opportunity you're gonna get. So,
yeah, because it's going to cost something, and because we're not sure how much money we will have left over. Let's promote it to the elected officials as they have to come in person. Now, if someone specifically says, I would love to join, however, it is physically impossible for me to be in person, we will cross that bridge. And we could table it for the next subcommittee meeting to discuss that.
The problem is you don't have the funds to do it. If it's a minimum of 3 hours, it's $210 right there. We don't have that much, so we're gonna have to cut back.
The minimum 3 hours.
Well, are you gonna bring him in at what time? Are you gonna, what designated time? Because he's coming in after hours.
Oh, you're talking about for the
The
like,
IT person is $70 an hour.
but we're not, you expect it to go for that long? I don't expect it, past 2 hours.
I think we've had more than 2 hours, Miguel.
Okay.
And this time you're inviting people where we didn't do it before. So we've had 2-hour meetings.
We invited people, but there was
Yeah,
a lot.
we've had 2-hour meetings without the municipalities and you're adding a component to it. We've had easily 2 hours, if not longer.
Which, another thing, we need press release we can get, we can send it to.
Yeah, it was on my list, I just haven't gotten that yet.
Okay.
It's on the link.
I'll
I
forward
know, I
this,
saw it already. on the link.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You already, yeah,
Okay.
we saw it.
I'll forward this email, I just received an email, I'll forward this email to all of you, but just pretty much the mayor's not able to make it, for the
Oh, he won't?
27th.
oh,
It's okay,
I said we're gonna knock on his door now.
that's
What do you mean, what are you
right.
doing?
We're elected officials all day, okay?
Too many
There's
ribbons,
two.
I mean, too many. ribbons.
What's his name is going?
Steven will be there, then.
Steven Morera.
You're from Brian,
Yeah.
Awesome, last
Alright.
night.
the vice mayor?
What?
I don't know.
Oído,
anything
bueno,
else.
pero no oído. Oído la ley.
At the Venture X.
Venture X.
Can we continue?
Anyway, yeah.
please? It's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
4:04
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Francesca
Only-
hasn't finished.
Yeah, anything else, Francesca?
As of right now, the only pending item I have is the presentation that accompanies each speaker the day of the workshop.
That's what they want to supply it.
Right. If you want, you don't have to
Usually
supply a
give you bio, so-
presentation. If you just supply the talking points, I'll put together the presentation. And that applies to any speaker on this list, you know, so. When, oh, and another thing I think is important for us to note, how much time each person has for their section.
I think we said 5 minutes, right?
Is that what we had said?
Well, you know,
3 to
Miguel, are you
5.
gonna stick to 5 minutes?
3 to 5
Because
minutes.
Miguel is usually long-winded. So if he
That's fine.
sets the tone, then everybody can follow his tone. So if he's 5 minutes, are you gonna give everybody 5 minutes? If he's 7 minutes, what do you think is practical, Miguel? Because you've done this before.
It, in reality, it depends on the session or the section that we're talking about. I mean, you asked me to do the history of the BAB. The history really is my background and how it's formed from BAB 1 to BAB 2. So 5 minutes is good for me. I mean,
Okay, so
Yeah,
hopefully
5-6
the other
minutes.
municipalities
So
should
say
say
same
5
thing.
to 7
5 to
minutes.
7.
I don't think we should do 5 to 7, because if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think it's too much.
You
for
have
that.
8 sections.
That's
Plus
less
you
than an
have
hour.
public comment.
Yeah, but that's why you're leaving the extra. So if you have everybody speak in less than an hour, you have more than enough of public comments and the elected officials to say what they can say. That's okay.
Fabrice is okay with 5
I would
minutes?
suggest then.
Well, you can't curtail Fabricio, you can't curtail the mayor.
That's
Right.
my point.
I'll be
So-
on.
And that's what I'm
not gonna
saying.
be curtailed, okay.
So what I'm trying to say is if the speakers stick to what you're sticking to, then the rest, you
Well,
can't.
I mean, we have to advise that, please limit.
Well, whoever
conversation, 5
communicates with
minutes.
it, yeah. Okay, that's
Which
not
is a
bad.
lot of time.
Yeah,
That is a lot. Okay, so 5 minutes is gonna be the rule of thumb,
Okay.
perfect. Then what deadline are we gonna set for each one of these speakers to provide me with their talking points?
if
Say-
they want.
I
If
need,
they want to.
if they want to, so do you want to have a visual with your presentation? Can
I would-
someone ask the
I-
elected officials?
I have a PowerPoint.
I know you have,
Well-
obviously, that I me imaginé, but everyone else, so who's the one in communication with Fabricio and Avila's team?
I can talk to
You
Fabrice.
start it, both of us.
Yeah, okay, so if you could just, let's set like a preliminary deadline of.
24 hours, by the next meeting, we meet again.
The 20th at the latest, cause that'll give me, you know, a few days to work on it.
Steven was talking to Steven on his, the resolution analysis. Which I'm
Okay,
feeling he's gonna
who's
use.
gonna reach out to Steven to ask him that? You can,
Okay.
okay, so then
Yeah.
just,
I'm writing Fabrice right now.
okay.
Yeah, one.
And then, I mean, it's probably one of the on their own, and you know, they'll bring something on their.
Well, the municipalities we can control. If they wanna show something, they'll have to divulge that information ahead of time. We can't plan for everybody, you know, but I wanna make sure that on our end, we look like we have our
Yeah.
stuff together.
Yep.
Yeah, so, all right, so the deadline is the 20th. If for whatever reason we don't gather as a subcommittee or whatever, let's also make that the deadline to send it to Isle regardless. And then Isle will get it to me. And I'll take a couple days to work on it and then I'll send it to Isle for distribution once I'm done, okay?
Yep.
I think those were all my points. We can move on to the next.
New business,
New business.
share.
New business, what I have is, I know that Tom, and I got an email from Iowa, from some of the, I think all of you, I think the bills were submitted to the committees.
Yeah.
We're just waiting to see when it's gonna be, when the
Review.
agenda is, when the committee is gonna be scheduled.
It hasn't been
It
counted.
hasn't been
Hasn't
counted.
counted, but I haven't seen Avila's bill, but, counted, but I have the,
I called his office, I got his office to find out,
Ricio's bill has,
if he submitted.
The
it to
House
the
bill has
committee.
been calendared for what date?
has not been counted, has
No.
been assigned.
It's only
Yeah.
been assigned to
Yeah,
three
I haven't-
committees.
It hasn't been
Hasn't been
counted.
counted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Nothing's
I haven't been
counted.
assigned, I haven't seen the assignments for
Right,
Avila.
so I'm trying to find out, that could be at any minute. Now, everything's gonna be a little while longer because there's a special session now in the middle. This week and everything else
Yeah.
on immigration, so that'll push it quite a bit longer.
Right.
More to the end of the month or beginning of the month.
Right.
So. we
It's
have a
not
little
gonna
bit-
happen till March,
And probably until March.
people.
Then, I know that our mayor and our town manager went up there. They were there Monday and Tuesday,
Yeah.
it was right now.
Met with,
Tuesday.
Fabrizio.
Met
they met
Fabrizio,
with-
Avila. So I don't know what they talked, I haven't discussed it. with
They
them.
talked, it was about the legislation appropriations, the
It-
priorities,
Priorities.
legislation priorities.
Well, one
I
of the
looked at the
priorities, number 4 was blasting, so I don't know. I don't know, it was one of our priorities, I'm just stating it for the record, it was one of our priorities. So I hope that they talked about that when it went up there, that's all I have to say about that.
So
and
bills
then
are
those,
pending
There was a
calendar.
pending calendar and committees, I don't know what Avila did. On his side, if he put it in committee. Imagine they did. But I don't know, that's my latest update on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, on those items. Yeah.
Next item,
Anybody else? That's
open. Next
Yeah.
item, open discussion. I make a motion to have the next subcommittee meeting February 20th at
Second.
3 p.m.
Second.
Fabrizio will be driving the evening of the event.
Second, Rudy, all in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, what date was that?
Next
20th.
week,
When is next?
Thursday, and then, just to keep
Review.
consistent, regular BAV meeting will be Monday,
Monday,
February 24th at 7 p.m. I'm being consistent. I'm gonna keep on running it on every minute I say.
Look at your additional reminder.
Add it to the quantity of
The
reminders.
20th at 3 p.m. again, you said?
February 20th, next Thursday, 3 p.m., sir.
For the subcommittee, right?
Subcommittee, and I'm reminding again, following Monday, the 24th, 7 p.m. is our regular meeting.
And just so you know, again, if you could remind me, please, every time at midnight, please send another reminder that we have.
We have a Main Street Live on the 20th.
Yes, huge,
Okay?
in Main Street, that'll be very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Main Street Live.
Main Street Live is on the 21st, next Friday.
No.
Hey, for all those music events, remember.
Huge event. I know. Time to adjourn.
To adjourn at 4:12,
Yeah,
is there a second?
At the second, third, and fourth.
Thank you, because now
I
we're
got
talking
you,
about
I got you.
concerts.
Thank
Thank you.
I mean, good.